Alright, moving on to the Wilders. This is Hresvelgr, which is the highest level Wilder. When I looked it up, it was basically said it was a giant that lived on top of the world tree Yggdrasil that always assumes the form of an eagle, and its wing flaps cause the storms, or actually high winds. I think this description is also blended a little bit with Egdir, which is another giant eagle that causes storms and is said to come towards Ragnarok. As for the relations with Hresvelgr and Nidhogger, I can't really find anything about it in my sources, but I think it is correct to some extent because there's a squirrel called Ratatosk that mediates between the two, but Ratatosk, being the trickster, tampers with the information and causes the feud to last. Mothman I couldn't find for obvious reasons, but he is a cryptid. In case you're wondering what a cryptid is, it's basically like a creature that has some standing evidence or some popular cultural evidence that supports its existence, but scientifically it does not. There isn't enough evidence to prove it actually exists. Common examples are like Bigfoot, Chupacabra, Loch Ness Monster. And I think from what I saw in some sources like from the History Channel, etc., that they mentioned that Mothman is actually an evil omen and is often associated with that its sightings are usually associated to precede great disasters. Okay, next one, the Nui. The Nui is a Japanese version of Chimera, which is an animal with many different parts. It's said to have the head of an ape, the body of a badger or a tiger, the legs of a tiger, and the tail that is basically a snake. This description is actually based on the myth of Yorimasa, who is a samurai that was hired by the emperor to kill the Nui that was plaguing his palace. And upon killing it, he received a princess for a wedding, and also the sword Shishiyo, which means, I think, Power of the Lions or King of the Lions. But it's often this beast is often associated with evil or as a curse. Okay, next one. The Raiju is yet another Japanese beast, particularly a chimera, as even though this description says it's associated with the form of a weasel, it also assumes the form of similarly of badgers or monkeys. During calm weather, it's usually pretty docile, but once stormy weather picks up, then it becomes at its most violent and aggressive as it jumps from tree to tree. I think it's a Japanese description and also seems to associate with the phenomenon of ball lightning. And Raiju, I think, was probably this. According to Wikipedia, this may be wrong, but it may have been the inspiration for some certain Pokemon like Jolteon or Raichu, etc., as it is associated with electricity and lightning. Alright, next one, Bicorn. I couldn't find much about it, but I think that the name just kind of gives it away. It's basically like a horse with two horns, kind of like the unicorn, but when I looked it up, it said it was a European beast that it doesn't really describe what it looks like, but it said it's always it's been known to eat good husbands. The Chichivache, which they describe, is yet another European beast, which assumes the form of a monstrous cow, and it's been said to instead of eating good husbands, it eats good wives. As for where this stems from, as to which culture, I don't know. I think it's one of those creatures that stems from medieval descriptions of mythical beasts. And the last one, Zhen. The Zhen is short for Zhen Niao, which Niao means bird, and it's often associated with poison. In Imagine, they also did a clever trick, and that is that they verified the Zhen's existence as a possibility that it does exist via a bird that was discovered in the 1990s in New Guinea that was the only bird that was discovered to be poisonous, as its feathers, and I don't think its flesh, but mostly its feathers and skin were poisonous, so to deter predators. So, again, if you have any more that you can add to this, please let me know, and I will take it. Thank you for your time.